A new book. My first book, actually, this book is called Threads of Destiny, and I say it is in the hands of the master weaver. Why did I write this book? It's because after going through many different kind of things in my life, some very painful, traumatic, and also good things that God has done, I realized that in the journey of life, God is like God working, like the weaver works through a basket or doing something with the threads. And I realized that from down here, we see the mess of our lives, we see the failures, we see the pains, but from above, the master sees the beauty of what he's making out of us. And through my life, I decided it is good to be able to share my story, because as somebody said, every life is a story if we care enough to listen. And so I wrote this book to just be able to bring hope to somebody who may be feeling hopeless, to bring, restoration where there is desperation, and to tell you that God gives a second chance in life, but you must be willing to take that chance. And so I welcome you to order a copy of this book. It is only 1,000 shillings, and or $10 for those who are outside of the country. You can order through the number on the screen, and we'll be able to get you a copy of this book. God bless you as you read it. Give it to somebody else, and I know they will be helped. Amen.
Welcome once again to Kingdom Business Network. We're so much excited to be here in this program and talking to you today. And we are going to be discussing on entrepreneurship in the digital space. So you want your business to be transformed digitally. And as you know, digital is a way to go. We don't take it for granted that you're watching us. And I want you to start preparing those questions that you've always had as far as digital space is concerned. We want you to be an entrepreneur that makes leaps and bounds and makes success in the digital space. And with me to help unpack that is our guest, Lewis Ndege. You can introduce yourself and welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, my name is Lewis Ndege, and a digital coach. That's how my audience refer me as. I come from Certitude Digital Training Center. That is an institution where we empower young people digitally and also build professionals and business entrepreneurs within the digital landscape. So I'm glad that I'm here, and I'm looking forward to an insightful
Welcome
engagement.
Very much.
Thank you, sir.
And also on my immediate left is my co-host Victoriana Alwang'a. You can introduce yourself to the guests, to the viewers, and also tell us something about the topic today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mungai. And to Lewis, it's a pleasure to have you on board today. We are looking forward to your insights, what you have packed for us today. To the viewers, once again, my name is Victoriana Alwang'a, and I'm excited for today's session Today we are going to be diving deep into the digital space. How can you transform your business digitally? And I know most of you have questions. Is it just about social media? Is it TV? Is it those who sell stuff online? So keep it locked on KBN. This is definitely the place to be for you today. Remember to like, remember to share, to subscribe on our YouTube channels, and also even share this with the rest of your friends so that we can each grow our personal brands and grow in entrepreneurship. And keep sending in your questions, which will be answered once again in the second session of the discussion. Thank you.
So, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with, what is the digital space?
What is digital space?
Yeah, a viewer is here wondering, digital space, is it social media, is it online, is it internet?
Yes. Amazing. Thanks for that wonderful question. A while back, we introduced a very lucrative area of field we call the internet. And when the internet was brought on board, there was this conversation that the internet has made the entire world a global village. And a while back, we had a few setbacks, especially in terms of business. And the challenge was we have a limited audience, or whatever we call target audience was very limited. But now with the introduction of the digital world through the internet, we have been able now to do business and expand our horizons, not just locally, but globally. So in a nutshell, the digital space is the globe, is the ability to reach and influence the globe and transact. Yes.
Okay. So you have been in this space for some time.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about your journey? How did it begin? Did you start offline? Did you start online? How has it been?
I know we are going to handle this deeply, but allow me to say that the digital space is a golden opportunity. First, to the young people, because especially the current generation, the generation we are calling Gen Z, they have this advantage that one of the things that characterizes them is what we call the technology averse. They have been born in the technology era. And taking advantage of that, you realize that a while back we had very many challenges, especially to do business. One, if a young man like myself wanted to indulge in business, I had to make sure first I have capital. Two, I have to do market analysis and so many other skill sets that I had to have. Today, we are saying that you're just using the available resources. We've seen people doing business from China, but stationed here in Kenya. We've seen people operating globally, but even they don't have an office, they work from home. So my journey in the digital space, my entrepreneurship journey, that is, I didn't begin offline. I actually began online, and now I'm slowly going offline, because we usually say that the digital space has not come to replace our traditional ways of doing business. It has come actually to complement what we used to do. So when I was beginning my institution, it actually never began as an institution. It began as a training. I used to do what we call boot camps. Boot camps are online sessions for maybe a period of 3 months or 1 month, 3 weeks or 1 month. So I used to do them what we call master classes. I host a master class in digital marketing, a master class in graphic design, a master class in a class I usually call mastering the art of writing. That is professional and scholarly forms of writing. So I used to do that online, and I used to get a very big audience. My classes used to be fully packed. And then I realized, as much as I may want to progress in this dimension, one, scaling in that dimension may not be very easily possible. So we also had to introduce the idea that them that may not be very, or else the digital way of disseminating what we used to do back then, the digital way may not be very convenient to them. We need a physical location for them. And that is when we rented an office and started doing the trainings as well. And from there, we were able now to bring what we call a hybrid, because we have those who come in person for the physical classes, and we also have our online students. And growing, we have been able now to leverage on both spaces, the digital space and also the physical landscape. And currently now we are able to, we have our institution, that is Certitude Digital Training Center, stationed at Juja. And we are able now, especially those who are just from Form 4, you realize if you tell a young person, mwenye ametoka Form 4, to join an online class, it is not practically possible. Many of them, even where they come from, the internet is not there. So for them, the physical location makes a lot of sense. But come to think about Victoriana, who is already working. And Victoriana wants to acquire or equip herself, or is aiming to add a skill set, that's digital marketing. The most convenient and possible way for her to do so is to onboard for the virtual classes, maybe for a boot camp, like we usually do weekly webinars. Those ones are free. Like yesterday night, I was hosting a free webinar on personal and business branding. So when we talk about digital space versus the traditional ways, my take is that the digital space has come to complement what we used to do traditionally.
Okay.
Yes.
What specifically do you train on? I've heard something like digital marketing.
Yes.
I don't know whether I had online writing or
yes.
What are those specifics that you
Yes.
actually train on so that the reviewer can look and say,
Yes.
I'm interested in this area?
Particularly, we have positioned ourselves as a digital school. So any digital skill set, from digital marketing to graphic design to web design, those are IT courses. We are also advancing them as we progress. And we also have what we are calling mastering the art of writing. You realize that we have many people who are in business are not practically able to do most of these formal documents. You realize that you want to partner or to get an investor, but you need a business proposal. But drafting that is a challenge to many people. So we are training people who are professional writers. Their work, actually you may be able to do that, but you don't have time to do so. So it will be easy to contract me as a freelance writer to do for you your company portfolio, your business proposal. You want to be helped with drafting a good strategic plan. So we train them to do so. That is the part of professional writing. When you also come to our institutions, that is the field where we have students. We have people who we call scholars, and we also have researchers. There is a form of writing that is used by that particular group of people. That is what we call scholarly writing. Okay, currently, the one that is most famous among most people is what we just generally call online writing. But online writing is just writing through the online platforms, you see. But we have so many areas around there. So all those areas we do train, and we equip our learners extensively in those areas. Besides now the formal trainings in class, we also do digital literacy campaigns. Those are county to county campaigns, and we also partner with institutions like churches and organizations and such. So like last month, March, yes, we had a campaign in Kirinyaga County. We were calling it Inspiring Digital Champions. That was Kirinyaga edition. That is to mean we are going to have more in other counties. And our main objective is to make sure that people start to appreciate and embrace the idea that as much as we are acquiring every other form of education, the world is currently and in a very fast-paced dimension evolving in the digital space. And the worst would be, we used to say that Africa missed out on what we used to call agricultural revolution. We also missed out on whatever we called ICT revolution. Now we have another revolution we are calling the digital revolution. We can't afford to miss out on that. So that is why we are consistently doing what we are calling digital literacy campaigns. So as an institution, that Certitude Digital Training Center, that's basically what we are currently doing.
And now we are moving to the AI revolution.
And now we are moving to the AI
It
revolution.
is also related to the digital
Yes.
revolution. Okay. So why do you think that the digital space is a golden opportunity, especially for Kenyans or Africans?
Yes.
Why do you think is that big opportunity for us?
I think I began by saying so, that whatever we have currently is a golden opportunity. One, we have been suffering, or else we have been characterized by a very big menace, a menace we call inadequate resources. You see, like if today, maybe I had not begun the trainings a while back, and today I decide to open a school. First, I'll need land. Purchasing land in Kenya is not an easy thing. I'll need to do infrastructure. That is to set up the school and everything. I'll need to hire trainers and other staff members. Doing that, the people, the kind of people who can do that in Kenya currently are very few. You see, but the digital space is allowing us to do what we think we are good at doing without first having the resources that are or else there before were needed. Like if I want to set up a supermarket today, I'll conveniently do that. I can actually have a supermarket tomorrow. If I want a supermarket today, yes, because I just visit Kamukunji, Isli, and several other areas. And then from that, I'll be able to make sure that I have contacts from this shop, contacts from this shop, contacts from this shop. Through the contacts, I'll be able to get the products from their shelves and such. And if their prices is this, then I'll just add my profit margin. And if I'm doing deliveries, I'll include that to my pricing. So you'll realize that you can actually buy from me a car, but I have not imported any car. You see, that is why we are saying that the digital space is a golden opportunities, especially to young people who bringing together resources may not be easily achievable. You don't have a reason, you don't have an excuse as to why you haven't started that business yet. Because today, the easiest thing to begin is to begin doing a business. Actually, doing business is currently easier than securing a job. And you see, it's helping us. It's a double-edged sword. It is cutting on both sides. A while back, or even today, the problem or the challenge that the young people have been facing is lack of employment. And now today, we are actually saying that we are no longer producing employees. We want to produce people who can employ themselves, or people who can become creators. And the digital space is giving us that opportunity in a very extensive way. The other day I was training, I have a few mentees. After you are done learning maybe a digital marketing course at our institution, we usually give you a lifelong mentorship program. So the other day I was engaging with my mentees and I was challenging their thinking and I was asking them, why haven't you people become millionaires yet? Because I believe it should be the easiest thing to do. One, those mentees are just from Form 4 last year. So they are still in the custody of their parents. Hawana shida sijui, they are paying rent. They are not buying food. Their parents are doing that for them. So they have number 3, they have a skill set that so many people don't have. They are qualified digital marketers. And I was challenging them today. The biggest challenge, if you ask any business person, they want brand visibility. They want to achieve online presence, but very few people can manage to do that on their own. So why don't you offer that as a solution to these people? Why don't you go and approach them and tell them, actually, I don't want to charge you. This is our concept, and it's the concept many people will buy. That don't even pay me to help you do your social media marketing and management. Just facilitate internet for me for just 500 per week. You see, every business person should be in a capacity to do that. If this young man secures 10 people, because managing a social media platform for one business, that is something to do within 30 minutes of my day. So I can handle even 10, even 20 per day. So if I'm having 10 businesses that I'm handling their social media platforms, and I don't charge them, I just need each business to give me 500 per week for internet. So if I have 10 businesses, that is 5,000. That is 5,000 per week. Per month, that is approximately 20,000. That is a young man mwenye bado hajaingia campus. They're in the process of onboarding to join campus. If that person, like my sister was part of that cohort, she's just from Form 4 last year, I was telling her, if you're able just to achieve that, it's an easy way. One, securing clients, they're actually going to get other clients for you, because if you're doing that for just 500 and I can start seeing brand visibility in the online space, that's magic to me as a business person. I'll actually refer to you to my friends. I'll tell them there's this young man who does 1, 2, and 3 for me. You can also give them an opportunity. 2 months down the line, those businesses will be at a very big platform in the online space. Remember, the owner of the business does not have the capacity to sustain that on their own. So what has that given, what does that mean to these young people? They have gained something very rare called negotiation power. Because I can come now and tell you, now I have been faithfully doing this to you or for you. And this is the much you've been able to achieve for the past 2 months. And you have been faithfully supporting me with internet bundles. But I still have, I still want to progress with my life. You see, I can no longer continue doing this for free. You see, so do you think you can be able to appreciate me in a better way? Because once the business have achieved the online presence, clients are flocking your way. You are getting calls left, right, and center. So I mean business to you. You see. So, and if as a business person, from the efforts of this young person, I have been able to realize an increase in my sales, why don't I pay this young person diligently? You see.
I hear you.
Yes.
For the viewers who are watching us, please send your questions. We are going to take questions after a short break. But before we do that, Victoriana, what's your reaction to what Lewis is saying?
You've mentioned that the internet maybe is what a young person has as their advantage.
Yes.
You've even given the example of if you want to open a supermarket, you just need to know the different vendors and you're online and that's it.
Yes.
So then this brings me to think then that anyone can actually begin business digitally, right?
Yes.
And so then are there any specific skills that someone needs to have before they begin business in the digital space?
Yes.
Could you maybe highlight some of them?
That is a good question, Victoriana. Because a while back, how we used to operate, we used to call ourselves freelancers. And that name is currently stereotyped. And we are also here to correct that. Because many people used to believe that freelancing, when you lack employment, you become a freelancer. But freelance is a type of a job. You see, you can exist entirely as a freelancer all your life and you earn a dignified income. So one of the many skill sets that a young person or any person who want to pursue digital entrepreneurship must make sure that they equip themselves with is the freelancing skill. Like when you come to an institution, we have what we call common units. For any course that you take with us, we must equip you with a freelancing skill. That is a common unit to all students. Why? Because that's why we are going to show you how do you negotiate with your clients. That's why we bring on board the issue of communication skills. How do you charge? You see? You see, in a normal business setup, doing charging your clients, it's easy and such. But as a freelancer, there is a very high possibility of people taking advantage of you. So how do you charge clients? After we engage in a conversation of how do you charge your clients, we also engage in a conversation of how do you retain those clients? Because retention matters a lot. You see. We also have what we call branding. For you to excel in the digital space, we can't leave behind the conversation about either personal or business branding. I just told you yesterday night I had a free webinar on the same. And I was telling people that a brand is the most powerful marketing asset. That is a good brand. So you must be very intentional on how you build your brand, because the brand defines you. Your brand is your reputation. It builds trust around you. It also brings traction to you. So among the many skill sets that people have to achieve is what we call freelancing. That is a skill that you must be taught. We have branding. You also have to be taught. And we also have, before I forget, other disruptive technologies that are coming. And they are shaping the conversation in a very big way. Like artificial intelligence, as Doctor said before. Artificial intelligence. And you realize that as we train our students, AI is also a common unit. That is why you never heard me mention that it is among the courses we offer. Because in any other course, you must be equipped with artificial intelligence skills. Yes, Victoriana.
Right.
Okay. Any other question too?
Then maybe before we go on the break.
Yes.
So then, are there any specific platforms or things that have come up? You've mentioned AI as one of them.
Yes.
That have made it easy for business people in the digital space.
Yes.
Are there any?
Yeah, there are so many.
Like which ones?
Like when we talked about freelancers, maybe I'm a digital marketer and I'm not employed by any company. So I want to exist as a freelancer. You realize handling 20 clients is not a joke. 20 projects existing differently. You have 20 people to make sure that you call them, you communicate with them, and you sustain them. It's not a joke. So we have platforms that help you manage projects. Like we have one we call Notion AI. It's also an AI. Most of them are powered by AI, but for different tasks. So you get like we have whatever we call Notion. Notion gives you an opportunity to plan your projects. So you have this project and you can track, and it has reminders. You can schedule different things. So it will help you manage your work. In a normal business structure, we have whatever we call organization structures and operational structures. But as a freelancer, you may not have all those systems. So you need a project manager, and AI comes in handy through a platform like Notion. We also have others that people overlook, but they are of immense impact to the digital space. Like, I believe everybody here has interacted with Google. You see?
Yeah.
But have you ever taken your time to realize that Google offers so many solutions that we can leverage on, especially if we want to boom in the digital entrepreneurship? For instance, yesterday I said I had a webinar, and we usually do it weekly. We use Google Meet for that. You see?
Yeah.
To collect data, we use Google Forms for that. We also have what we call Google Sheets. After we collect data, we feed that data on Google Sheets. Google Sheets allows us to share on real time. Like if I'm using this particular account, I can share with you, not sending, but add you as either as a viewer or even an editor to that particular Google Sheet. You see, so if we are working with you on a contract, let's say we are web designers, and you are creating something on the front end, I'm working on the back end. So how are we going to make sure that we can follow through what each of us is doing? You see, Google Sheets is helping us to do that.
Yeah.
So that is what we call Google Workspace, and we have so many others. From ChatGPT, we have and other areas that are helping us build posters. Like you realize a while back doing a poster, you have to pay 500. Today AI itakusaidia kusort that amount of money. You realize that through AIs like Canva AI, others we call Leonardo, others FreePic, those platforms are making the work of a digital entrepreneur very easy and effective. So if we learn and we equip ourselves with those skills, we'll be able to leverage on them in a big and good way.
Thank you very much, Lewis.
Yes,
That's
sir.
been a big eye-opener, especially in the digital space, and for those people who are thinking about going digitally.
Yes.
And for those who've been watching us, it's a very good time for us to take a very short break, and we'll be back after 2 minutes. But before we do that, remember to send your questions, because we want to answer your questions. We want Lewis to take your questions head on and answer you, so that it can also be of help to you. Remember, that's why we are here, and that's why we brought this program to you today, this morning. So with that, let's take a short 2 minutes break, and then we are coming back right after this commercial break.
Faith Today TV is here to make your brand outstanding. Worry not on where to advertise your business or your product. Call us on 0114 777 000 or email us on info@faithtodaytv.co.ke.
Hello there, my name is Enoch. Taking care of your health should be a top priority. Looking at the various engagements that we have today, it is so easy to forget about our health, mental well-being. That is why we introduce to you the Healthy You Talk Show, a brand new show that is going to address matters concerning your health, nutrition, stress management, mental health, name it. We bring to you a wide range of experts who are going to be touching pertinent issues concerning our health. Tune in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. live on Faith Today TV.
Welcome once again to Kingdom Business Network. We've been discussing about navigating the digital space, how you can be an entrepreneur and how you can leverage on those skill sets in that area. Lewis has been helping us to navigate that. And I want us to look at the area of this digital space.
Yes.
How do we get started? Look at a young person, for example, who has nothing but internet. What are the steps that he needs to take to start this journey?
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a perfect question to ask, because even in my many interactions with young people, that always comes as the first question: where do I begin? And this might take, if you are privileged to have internet, that is already a very big resource to you. Why so? Because besides joining institutions like Certitude Digital Training Center to get the courses and the fully packed courses, there are things we call small skills or just skill sets. And the challenge with our young people currently is we want money, but we don't want the process. And to me, as much as our generation has been characterized by what we call short attention span and such, we can't avoid the conversation about learning Currently, we are promoting a culture we are calling a culture of continuous learning, because somebody said that a while back, all the illiterate of the 21st century are no longer them that cannot read and write, but them that are not willing to learn, relearn, and unlearn. So the very first step as a young person to get yourself started in the digital space, make sure you learn something. Okay? Make sure you learn something. If you don't have a capacity to join a learning institution, we have Doctor, or else the University of YouTube University. We have a lot of content as well there. Make sure you start equipping yourself with a few skills here and there, like teach yourself how to do video editing. It is one of the most lucrative skills a young person should have. Like myself, I'm a professional video editor, and these skills, I haven't gone to a school to acquire them. There are skills that I have challenged myself to learn, because I am also in the culture of continuous learning. So if you have the internet, before you start to think of how you are going to get these games and betting sites that with 100 you can get 1 million, first make sure that you get yourself a skill. It is the skill that will define you and give you a direction. Now, once you've got a direction, let's say you have decided to onboard on the website dimension, or the computer science dimension, start acquiring these soft skills. Acquire yourself a coding skill. Actually, today AI is making work very easy, because you can actually get a code. You can build a website just using AI. So start exposing yourself to such types of skills, and you realize that so many people cannot do what you'll be able to do within a very short period of time. So you'll be able to have a direction. Now, once you acquire that direction, engage in the next conversation. That is what we call building a brand. Start building yourself as a brand in that particular area that you've learned. You see, because the reason as to why you'll see so many people doing whatever we call crowd chasing and living a lie, it's because I want to show people that this is my lifestyle, whereas that is not the case. That's not the case, yeah. We usually say that if the container is empty, you decorate if the container doesn't have content, then you decorate the container. Okay, so that is what, and it's called living a lie. And our young people have already fallen trap to that narrative. You see, so as much as we have internet, and internet is a big resource to us, it is not a platform to make us quick money. Quick money doesn't exist, and where it exists, it also goes very fast. Okay, so this is my take. First, invest in a skill. Identify a skill set that you want to pursue. If it is public speaking, pursue that. Get mentors, even if not physically, even online mentors, the likes of Vusi, the likes of our very own Hinwa Lubengo. Make sure you follow such personalities. They will help you grow in dimensions that you want to pursue. If it's digital marketing, before you come to Certitude to gain the digital marketing skill, make sure you also somewhere, you've already created your social media platforms. You're already consistent there. So whatever you're coming to acquire is now the professional way of doing it. How you are going now to maximize on whatever you already have. And that will place you in a very big opportunity. So according to me, if you are a young man there, and the only thing you have is internet and maybe a good phone, start there. Those are enough resources. We are talking about utilizing the available resources. And if the internet is the resource you have, then you are steps away. The other day I was in Tanzania, and it's different. Actually, Kenya, we are way ahead in terms of the digital space. Because some of the things that are so obvious to us, you realize that we have another population that those things are not there with them. So let us leverage on the internet and all the opportunities it presents to us. Make sure that you also affect the algorithm. See that when we open your YouTube, the first thing to appear there is whoever influencer you follow.
Yes.
Make sure that you're also feeding yourself. We say you usually you feed your algorithm. You see, even on your socials, the people, when you open your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, the first people to appear there are the people you consume a lot from them. So if you want to be a content creator, let's say for example, and you are looking forward to becoming a content creator like Njugush, make sure that that particular person is the person who appears the most in your eyes. You see, if you want to become a digital marketer, then make sure that those people who are talking about digital marketing, that is digital coach Lewis Ndege, and the others, make sure those are the people that you are constantly feeding your algorithm with, so that is what you become.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I think for the viewers, this been quite an eye-opener from Lewis Ndege, and I want to take some of the questions that you have sent to us, and in case you've not done that, please send using the number on your screen right now. And for those watching us on YouTube, please once again like, share and subscribe. It really helps us with the algorithm he's talking about to send this message across to many more people. So we start with Shiko. Shiko says, hi, good morning. Is there a way I can balance school na online biashara bila kustress?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually started my online business when I was a student of pure mathematics at Masai Mara University. And that is the time I started training people in the online space. And you realize that it was very easy for me because I used to have my time for class and my time for work or else for business. And one, we have a challenge with our current education system in Kenya, because you realize that maybe if you're a student, just a normal student in any university, local university, your classes are sparsely distributed.
Yes.
So you may not conveniently plan for your time throughout the week. But in other states, you realize that students know I'm in class, maybe from morning to mid-morning. Then that's it, I can. Maybe those who are in policy making tables, you may consider aligning our education system in such a manner so that at least we are able to leverage on this golden opportunity we have. That I am a student, and I am also an entrepreneur in the digital space. But balancing that should be easy because it's mostly on your phone or your laptop. So you may not need so much to be physically in a shop and such. So it's easily manageable.
Okay.
Yes.
This is Irene from CBD.
Yes.
Thank you, Irene, for watching us. Unawezaje kumake your online biashara ikuwe legit watu waamini?
Wow, that is a perfect question. Because we are also existing in an era where we have so many scammers and cons in the online space. One of the things that enhance trust is intentional building of your brand. You see, intentional building of your brand. You realize that some of them, many cons, they come abruptly with a very big wave and then they leave abruptly. But if we have been seeing you from 2020 telling us about spare parts in Kirinyaga Road, 2021 you're also there telling us about spare parts, how you import them, how you are the best quality. 2023 you're also doing the same. You see, trusting you will be easy. Number two is making sure you have a shop online. That is what we call a website. Make sure you get a good web developer, a good web designer, and set up your business online so that once I come, I am not just interacting with you on your socials. I have a landing page where I can come, see through everything you're offering, your services or your products, and I can make a payment on the online space and such. Others are easy idea. You see people say that you pay on delivery. So for trust issues, it may be a good option, though it can also bring losses to you when you're also not legit. Because once I receive my product and haijanifurahisha, then you are going to incur the cost of that delivery person. So make sure that as you align your business in the digital space, you're also doing something good, and you see the bigger picture of sustainability and retention of your clients. Yes.
Okay. Someone is saying, I love this because as young people, it's like we are gifted in marketing. How do I calculate if the money I spend on marketing is worth it as return on investment?
Yes. That is a good question. And I would challenge my friend there, because in business you usually say the much you are willing to invest in capital should almost be equal to the much you are willing to invest in marketing. And today I'm also challenging that narrative. Invest more in marketing, because it's marketing that will bring clients to you. The most important thing is not to have a fully stocked shop, but to have clients. You better don't have the stock, but you know where you can outsource, rather than having the stock there without anybody buying. So because marketing is the tool that is bringing your clients to you, or bringing your products to your clients, make sure you leverage on that and you maximize on it. The good thing about the digital space, marketing is also very expensive. So when we say you must also be willing to invest a lot on marketing, it may be very expensive sometimes, like bringing the concept of influencers. It's very expensive. Bringing on board the concepts of billboards and such, they are very expensive. Expos and all those dimensions of marketing. But if you leverage on digital marketing, everybody currently, we are saying Kenyans are spending 4 hours online. According to statistics, Kenyans tunatumia 4 hours per day on average on our phones. So you have a very good audience. For every target of audience that you have, you can capture them for 4 hours through their digital platforms. You see, so if you can leverage on that, on the digital space, through digital marketing, building brands, maximizing on sales through what we call sales funnel and such, conversions, search engine optimizations and such, it will cut your marketing cost in a very big way and still achieve the targets you had, or even better. Yes.
Okay. Jack is asking, thank you Jack for writing to us, hizi digital businesses zinalipa kweli au ni hype tu?
Wow. I love how we are challenging the digital landscape.
Yes.
Because when you, my pastor always says that anytime you see, it's rare for you to see a fake note of a 50. A 50 shillings note. Haina fake. Hiyo inakuwa original peke yake. Hata mia. But the reason as to why you'll see a fake note of 1,000, it's because of its value. So by the value that the digital space is bringing, you can be very sure that will also have so many fake of the same. But I want to challenge you, if you decide today to navigate and embrace the digital economy as it has been presented to you, it carries for you so many opportunities. Digital businesses are legit, and by their legitimacy, it also means we also have so many fake businesses of the same. So you must also, as a consumer, you must also be very careful as you consume from the digital space, but realize we can't do away with them. Actually, we want to embrace more of them. Like we can be here and we order food that will be brought to this particular table without us having to leave and go to a hotel. You see, the digital solutions are making life easy in a very immense way. So the much we can do is to engage in similar conversations, see how we can build the digital dimension to a point that we are able also to know how to deal with fraud and how we can distinguish original from fake.
From a fake.
Yes.
I am Caro K. Automation ni nini? I have had it a lot. Na small businesses, how can we use it?
That is a wonderful question. And when we talk about automation, it is also another disruption. Because you realize that a while back, we had so many tedious processes. Today, if you want to send, the internet has not just come recently, it has been in existence. But I want to show you how automation works. A while back, if you wanted to send an email to 10 people, you are crafting that particular email, then you send them one by one. Yeah. Now, through Gmail, you can CC people. You see. A while back, if you wanted to, if you wanted to survive, to do your posts online, you had to create a post for Facebook, another one for Instagram and such. Today, Facebook has given us a commodity we call Meta. Meta for business. There, you just need to do one post and it will circulate in all other platforms. So that is automation. And we have so many other avenues that we are automating because operations used to be very bulky. Today, when you're managing your business, we have whatever we are calling information management systems. A while back, if you wanted information from the HR, you had to walk all the way to the HR department so that you can get a few files. And even securing the files, they have to go to stream around several of them. Today, everything is in your laptop. You can access anything. If you are the admin in that particular system, you can access every other. So leveraging on automation is the concept of bringing together several of the operations that are within your business to make it more effective and more manageable. Yes.
Katarina in Homeland is asking, are there free digital tools or do I have to pay for everything?
No, actually the free ones are the most. We don't pay for ChatGPT, yet it gives us, if today I'm told that you are supposed to deliver a speech at this particular university in the next 1 hour, I don't have to sit to draft a very big speech. Actually, you realize that ChatGPT is my personal assistant. Just tell my personal assistant the same way the president does. If the president wants to do a press release, the personal assistant is going to draft something. So for me, I don't have to pay to get a personal assistant. I just tell ChatGPT because through the algorithm, it has also got to a point of knowing how I think and how I do my things. So I'm having this particular speech that I'm supposed to deliver at this particular university. It will be for this long, and these are my areas of interest. Make sure you include that. And mind you, that population is a Kenyan young people, so you might want to consider putting or including a few slang language. It will perfectly do that for me. So, and that is for free. We have so many digital tools that are for free. Yes, you just need to find out.
And you also talked about the video editing tools,
yes,
which are also for free.
For free, CapCut.
Online CapCut.
For free.
Yeah.
TikTok editor for free.
I don't know what.
Free Pick for free.
Pick.
Yes. Canva
AI
for free. Yes.
For free.
Yes.
And you can actually learn all this.
Leonardo for free.
Yes.
There are so many.
And YouTube will actually teach you how to use these tools.
YouTube will teach you how to
download them.
Yes.
And then you start training yourself before they come to you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, which business can work well online? Is it a must to have a website?
A website is not a must.
Okay.
But it is necessary. Working online, like WhatsApp alone, is giving us so many solutions. You can actually set up a whole supermarket on WhatsApp alone, without even Facebook, without TikTok, and without Instagram. You just leverage on getting as many contacts as possible so that your status viewers are increasing each and every day. That is why you just be chilling, then you see somebody tell you save for save. So you wanna people doing that because they are looking for an audience for their products. So getting such platforms is very easy. And before you go to the website dimension, because now websites open up a whole other conversation of getting traffic to the website. A website is like a shop. You must also do a banner. You must make sure it is easily visible by people. You see, so a website is a whole different conversation. But we have social media platforms. Leverage on that before you actually think of the website, because the social media platforms, even if you have a website, they are the main tools that will help popularize whatever that name is, your website. You see, so first leverage on social media. It is the most immediate. It is free. It is free to open a Facebook page. It is free to open an Instagram page, a LinkedIn profile for professionals. Every professional by there in the campaign of making sure people, if you are professional, make sure you appear on LinkedIn. Get yourself a very good profile. If you are unable to structure a good profile, talk to your personal assistant. That is ChatGPT, to help you draft a very good profile on LinkedIn. Yes.
Wonderful. Victoriana.
Yes.
One last question to Lewis.
Now that everyone or more people are getting more interested in now getting into the digital space and putting their businesses there, do you think maybe in the future it would be too crowded, or what exactly?
No. Are we crowded yet in the world? Yet we all exist in the world. You see, we are not yet crowded. Actually, avoiding the conversation of digital, that might expose us to that vulnerability of being crowded. Remember that now before, for me to have a supermarket, I had to secure a very convenient and strategic place and such. Today I can have my supermarket on my phone, and I don't need any physical location. I'm just doing that in my home. We will not be crowded because the digital space is exposing us to the bigger target market. You see, like today I have students from South Africa in my institution at Certitude Digital Training Center. A while back, that will not be possible. But those people don't need to come to Kenya for them to be students at Certitude. They just need to, they get their student accounts on our website. They can follow through their classes, and at the end of it all, they get a certification through the email. You see? So I don't see a possibility of the space getting crowded. No. It is not going to happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Lewis, for that insightful discussion on entrepreneurship in the digital space.
Yes.
And now, as we come to close, I want to remind the viewer, please like, share, subscribe, especially on YouTube. You'll help us send the message across. So let's take some parting shot from you, Lewis, to the viewer, and also remind them what you do and how they can contact you.
Yes. Allow me to appreciate you, our viewers, for giving us an audience and also engaging and asking questions so that we may proceed and advance this digital literacy campaign. Allow me also to appreciate you, sir, and Victoriana, for also hosting me and giving me this wonderful opportunity to engage and further this conversation, because I know so many people are hearing. So, this is my parting shot. For you who is a business person, for you is a young person, and you are stranded, you have a very big or golden opportunity in the current economy, and that is what we are calling the digital economy. If you realize, even the government is currently investing heavily in that dimension. And those people who are good in business will tell you, if you want to be on the safe side, check the trends, consider even how the government is doing their thing. And you realize that currently even the head of state is consistently talking about the digital. dimensions. So it's an opportunity for us to leverage on the opportunities the digital economy is presenting to us, from digital businesses, from digital infrastructures, and now to the conversation of digital skills. So as a young person, as a professional, as anyone who is doing business, equipping yourself with digital skills is not an option. It is a necessity. So make sure that you advance your skill sets, you advance your knowledge base, and the digital space is giving you that wonderful opportunity to do that. My name is Lewis Ndege. In the digital space, they call me a digital coach. I also train and mentor young people at Certitude Digital Training Center. That is your #1 digital school for all digital skills. Join me as we advance this conversation. And there's something Victoriana had told me to make sure I mention. That is why digital champions. And I want to onboard you now, our viewers. A digital champion is not particularly a person who has won so many awards in the digital space. It is somebody who is willing to take up the conversation about digital awareness and stand for it, and engage in conversations about it, telling others of the many opportunities we have in the digital space. So today, you are also digital champions. Let us advance that conversation, because the more people embrace that conversation, the more opportunities will present to us and even to other businesses. Thank you so much, sir.
So how can a viewer get in touch with you?
Amazing. So I'm on all social media platforms. That is Facebook, that is TikTok, that is Instagram, and also LinkedIn and X. I just appear there as Lewis Ndege. So if you search Lewis Ndege on any of the platforms, you are going to get in touch with me, or else you can also reach out to me on WhatsApp, which is also another working platform in the digital landscape. So my WhatsApp number is 011-3828-423. That is 011-3828-423. If you also want to make inquiries at Certitude Digital Training Center, our number is 011-2222 999. 011-2222-999. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Lewis.
Yes,
and let's move to Victoriana. What's your parting shot?
Thank you so much, Daktari. And Lewis, it was a pleasure having you on board once again. To our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. My parting shot for you today is to make sure that you're making better use of the internet. Don't just be a decorated container. Have some content. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lewis and Victoriana, for the show today. And also thank you very much, viewer, for watching this show and also interacting with us with your questions. We are here because of you, and we want you to be helped in one way or another, that you may be able to grow in your entrepreneurial journey. Until next time, this has been Kingdom Business Network. Stay tuned on this channel. Until next time, God bless you. Shalom.